Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay.
Come on, man.
And I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
I got high without always thinking.
Come on, man. What is he doing?
And how does I call you, like?
You can call me Donald.
For real.
Okay.
It's Trump, innit?
Right.
And Rakim, remember at the beginning, what you did.
TR. It's up there, innit? So how long has there been businesses?
Well, business started from the day one, from early in the world.
And what was they doing business in back in the day?
Many, many, many years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, people were doing business, and they were trading in rocks and stones and other things.
Who would want to buy rocks?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask them that.
I've got some business idea that I just want to tell you about, and I'll be a fool if...
Very quickly.
What is the most popular thing in the world?
Music.
No.
Tell me.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Everyone has it. And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea, this. All right, whatever. You ain't going to come out with that, though.
No, I promise you I won't.
Well, my idea is to come out with just like these ice cream gloves that make the ice cream not go on your hands.
Come on, man. Get a life.
And make it all well sticky. And also keep your hands warm when you is eating the ice cream.
Okay.
Is you in or is you in?
Okay, well, it sounds like a good idea, and I hope you make a lot of money. Good luck, folks. It's been nice seeing you. You take care of yourself, okay?
Is you going to be in on that?
Well, it sounds like an interesting
We've got like P. Diddy is going to be in it.
Good.
He should never have been allowed to do that. He dumped ashes all over a great guy, and he should have never been allowed to get away with it. He should have been put down fast.
Did you even know there was a movie called The Dictator, though, before last week?
No, I'm not knocking it. Look, I know him. He came in and interviewed me years ago when he was Ali G.
That was Ali G, right.
And he misrepresented. They said it was BBC and it was a major interview, and they had somebody dressed up like this, good-looking guy from BBC. Then when I sat down for the interview, it was Ali G. And he asked me some absolutely ridiculous questions. After 2 questions, I left the interview. And I was very proud of myself. I was the only one that left because he dealt with politicians, and they didn't leave.
Right.
They went through a 45-minute interview asking all of this nonsense. I left. I never got credit for that because they never showed that. But he's a bad guy. He's a moron. And he should have been, I wish I was the security guard just for that one moment.
I would have liked to have seen that.
guarantee you,
Yeah.
Ryan would have been very happy. Very unfair what happened to Ryan Seacrest.
Now, if you had a change of feelings or put this behind you, would you be willing to have Sacha Baron Cohen on The Apprentice as Sacha Baron Cohen?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, he would get no ratings. I like people that get ratings. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be very good. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about him.
Give you the heads up. I don't know if you can remember this. You once were on Ali G's show, and you were the only one that sniffed out that was a fake interview in the whole thing. I don't know if you remember that.
That's right.
I thought maybe you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's a fake."
Now,
Anyways.
were you involved with that show in some
No,
way?
not at all. I just watched it on TV.
But you're right. I was the only one. All
30
these
seconds
guys,
in and out. I know.
I said, hey, this guy's a total fraud, and I left.
And
then
everyone
I
else
found
sits there
out.
for 6 hours. I know. I
You're
almost
the
gave
only
you
one
that
that's ever given me credit for that.
That was a very sharp move because
Well, thank you.
he's pretty good at that. He gets everybody.
I like this interview. No matter what he does, I like this interview now, Mariana. That's right. I said, what's going on with this guy? And I just felt it was a phony deal.
Yeah.
And
And nobody else did it. Nobody else smelled it
And he
out.
said he was from British Broadcasting Corporation. They called up with everything beautiful, the voice. This is British Broadcast. And then this guy shows up. I said, this is but within a very short, like immediately. And thank you very much. You gave me
On
credit
it.
because I
Good.
never get credit for anything.
I'm pretty good. That's what I'm
You
saying.
did pretty good.
He passed a historic criminal justice reform, which, by the way, again, when I was working on that issue, because, again, there was a lot of sentencing disparities that had a disproportionate impact on the black community here in America, I reached out to Senator Harris's office for a meeting to see if she could become part of that solution, and she never returned the phone call. And I worked with Senator Booker and Senator Durbin across the aisle. We got 87 votes in the Senate, and President Trump was able to deliver on something that rolled back very racist laws. And so
released under the First Step Act and transformed their lives. And that includes Gregory Allen. Where's Gregory? Gregory. Hi, Gregory.
Mine is real short.
2 months ago, I was in a prison cell, and I'm in the White House. Let's continue to make America great again.
To the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of 2 United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the 2nd class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me. So I will tell you that on this subject, it cannot be an intellectual debate among Democrats. We have to take it serious.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight.
Oh, yeah. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're...
Why attack Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see...
Take a look at my record, man.
Kamala Harris ran for president by rushing to the radical.
Do you call yourself a radical?
Yeah, you know, if that's what radical means, call me a radical.
Do you see that as more evidence that is there past on marijuana liability?
Well, she lied. I mean, she said things that were untrue. She is a person that's told many stories that weren't true. She's very big into raising taxes. She wants to slash funds for our military at a level that nobody can even believe. She is against fracking. She's against petroleum products. I mean, how do you do that and go into Pennsylvania or Ohio or Oklahoma or the great state of Texas? She's against fracking. Fracking's a big deal. She's in favor of socialized medicine, where you're going to lose your doctors, you're going to lose your plans. She wants to take your health care plans away from 180 million Americans. 180 million Americans that are very happy with their health insurance, and she wants to take that away. So she was my #1 pick. I mean, she was, as they would say, because hopefully you'll start college football, she was my #1 draft pick. And we'll see how she works out. She did very, very poorly in the primaries, as you know. She was expected to do well, and she ended up at right around 2% and spent a lot of money. She had a lot of things happening, and so I was a little surprised that he picked her. I've been watching her for a long time, and I was a little surprised. She was extraordinarily nasty to Kavanaugh, Judge Kavanaugh then, now Justice Kavanaugh. She was nasty to a level that was just a horrible thing, the way she treated now Justice Kavanaugh. And I won't forget that soon. So she did very poorly in the primaries, and now she's chosen. So let's see how that all works out.
Or does a marijuana legalization vote for you rather than her because she convicted so many people in the past?
I can't tell you what she's voting for. I don't think she knows what. I think Joe knows even less than she does. But I was a little surprised at the pick. A lot of people would say that might be the pick. I was more surprised than anything else because she did so poorly. Many people did much better than her in the primaries. She did very poorly in the primaries. And that's like a poll.